Good morning and namaskar. In my earlier videos, I have dealt with a number of reforms that are urgently required in Hinduism. Change is what progress means. All progress means change. All change may not mean progress. But as far as Hinduism is concerned, there is urgent need for progressive change. Unfortunately, it's not coming because usually change starts with a leader. And in Hinduism, the religious leaders are far and few. Some new leaders are coming up. They are excellent and extraordinary. One of the recent reformers was, of course, Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda. The Ramakrishna mission is an epitome of such a change. Likewise, some New Age gurus who are coming are extraordinary, really. But the old age gurus, they are the ones who need to change. They are great, they are good. See, I have no doubt about that. I have no complaints on that score against them. But they are not changing. They are not uniting Hinduism. And that's where the change is required. Hinduism should unite. And many of the existing bad practices must be annihilated. And Hinduism should be made a world religion. So we should canvass to make it a world. Why should it become a world religion? When Lord Krishna says, Chaturvarnam Maya Srushtam, does it mean he meant only Hindus inside this Gangetic belt? No, he has created all the people in the world. That small thing is not sinking into our ancient or old religious leaders. The people outside, people in London, Britain, US, Iran, Iraq, etc. are also created by the same Lord Krishna and divided into 4 different categories. Don't call them castes, varnas. And that is based on guna and karma. No, we are not recognizing that. Hinduism must be a world religion. It was meant to be like that. But unfortunately, it is not because of the traditional sluggish, slumbering religious leaders. Not all are like that. But most of them lack leadership qualities. They are not recognizing the present condition of Hinduism and they are not trying to reform Hinduism, upgrade Hinduism. Now, some of the reforms which I have suggested are, first we will look at the suggestions which I have already made. All types of untouchability must go in practice. It is there in law, but in practice there are still some forms of untouchability which are hurting some people. And those forms of untouchability must go. I have said Hindus must take care of their hungry poor. Every capable Hindu must be placed in contact with the incapable or poor Hindu, and he must be allowed and encouraged and made to feed that hungry person, and not only feed the hungry person but take responsibility for the education of their children, for their progress. Every Hindu must take the responsibility for the progress of at least one Dalit. Should not be by law actually. See, government's responsibility must be to make people come together. Then only untouchability also will go. Then only all people will feel united and they will try to do things for them. Now, I am doing it for 6 girl children at an orphanage come school at Tirunindravu Sevalaya. The name of the institution is called Sevalaya. It's a wonderful institution. And my contribution to this cause, education of girl children, poorest of the poor, definitely they are all from the lowest of the classes. And my endeavor is to ensure that they go up in their lives and become very good citizens. Now, temples must reform all practices in temples and must show strict equality to all people irrespective of caste and absolutely no untouchability. Everybody must have access to whatever place you are permitting. Nobody should go beyond that. Now, what I suggest is other religion people also must be allowed, must be encouraged. Today we are not allowing them. Must be encouraged inside, but they must follow the Hindu customs like wearing vibhuti, etc. They must not canvass for their religion in any manner inside. Subject to that, people can be allowed inside. Now, Bhagavad Gita is the greatest scripture on earth. It has been told by none other than Lord Krishna, and that's not the reason why I propose that, but I have read it. It contains the greatest of knowledge ever ever born on earth. Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. All these are sciences, great sciences. And science is religion. Hinduism is science reborn. So, Bhagavad Gita made, or rather represented as a science, must be distributed to all the people. And in it, especially Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, and Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga must find a place. Now, caste must be based on guna and karma as stated by Lord Krishna and not on the basis of birth. See, this is one area where the whole reform must congregate. Now, so what does it mean? Caste must be allowed to be chosen by the individual based on his guna and karma. Maybe at the time of when he crosses 18 years of age, or when he passes class 12, he may be allowed to choose his caste. So till then, why caste? No caste. When he crosses 18, let him choose his caste. And then maybe at the time of marriage or getting into a profession, he may be allowed to change his caste. May be allowed to choose his caste or change his caste. There should be no one who is allowed to object to one's choosing of one's caste. No one should be allowed to object. No one should be allowed to criticize the choice of a caste by an individual. No one other than the individual must be allowed to determine somebody's caste. I find that many other people, some great writers have also voiced a similar opinion earlier. I am pleasantly surprised to see many great writers. Some people have brought to my notice that for Hindus, religious freedom therefore must mean the ability, the freedom to choose one's caste. It is ridiculous for the Constitution of India to allow me freely to change my religion, but not allow me to change my caste. Caste is the problem. And none other than our Prime Minister also has said that caste-based distinction should go. Let caste itself become amorphous. I can choose my caste. Lord Krishna laid down two criteria for determining the caste, guna and karma, and based on that, let me be allowed to change my caste. Let me be allowed to determine my caste. Now, these are varnas. Let us not have castes. Now, as regards the varna called Shudra, the very word has fallen into bad days. Let us change it as Shramik, Karshak, Karmik, whatever. Some great term can be allowed. All varnas are equal. No more castes. No more castes. Guna and karma should decide, but only 4 varnas. Chatur varnam, no more. Now we have more than 4,000. All are not needed. So that unity must come. And people must be allowed to change their varnas. See, the problem with the Hindu is, we say all religions are equal and acceptable. In almost all languages, this sentence is there. Gandhiji also was saying that. But other religious people are not saying that. See, if they also say that all religions are equal and acceptable, then there is no problem. But only Hindu is saying that. Only Hindus are getting converted by the other religions. All other religions are not keeping quiet. They are converting, unconverting day by day, day after day. It's like the law of the jungle. You see, now we find in TV channels also, wild buffaloes, very strong. And they are armed with very wonderful horns. With those horns, they can kill an elephant also. They can kill any animal. But likewise the elephant, so big, so strong, they too have two horns. But the problem is they are getting killed by the lions, which are smaller in size and strength. Why? Because the lion has that nagging habit in its mind. It is inbuilt into its mind. I must kill this buffalo, I must kill this elephant and eat. Therefore, always it is the lion which is killing and eating the buffalo and the elephant, but not the other way. Now, what's the way to protect themselves, wild buffalo or elephant? They must also try to kill the elephant and eat it. The moment the buffalo tries to eat the lion or the elephant tries to eat the lions will run away from them. Now, see, Hinduism is being eaten away by the other religions, but the moment Hinduism tries, so much protests were there when Hinduism tried to convert. But others can convert, but Hinduism cannot convert. What nonsense is this? I don't accept this logic at all. Now, we must resort to the same type of conversion. And why? Not because they are converting, because Hinduism is the best possible religion in the world. This type of Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Gunatraya Yoga, all these are not available in any other religion. And they will run over all this knowledge once they convert a person. Look at any person. All these people were Hindus at one time. Are they reading Gita now? They are not reading Gita. Are we reading Gita? We are also not reading. That's the problem. We are not reading the Gita, therefore the problem arises. So we'll deal so many things are there. So basically the problem is with the caste. If the caste is made free, then lot of things will go. Then the temple must reform. Everywhere in the temple, Gita invocations must be there in easily understandable languages. From Jnana Yoga, from Karma Yoga, from Dhyana Yoga, from Bhakti Yoga, and from Gunatraya Yoga, etc. See, this is knowledge. This is science. It's not religion. What happens after your death? Shankaracharya said in one way, Ramanuja said in another way, Madhvacharya said, let them say whatever, but how we live, that is what matters. Reform is needed in that first. So if we come together, all the castes should come together, be willing to change into each other, be willing to marry in each other's caste. It is happening. Youngsters are marrying in different castes today, and we are not able to prevent. And why should we prevent? If they are happy by marrying the girl or boy they like, why should we prevent? So these are reforms which are already suggested by me, and I am going to carry forward this in my next video. Watch for it, wait for it. Change must be brought by us. Hinduism must be made into a world religion. Hinduism is the best possible religion in the world, except for this unnecessarily rigid caste system. Let us demolish this rigidity and make Hinduism into a world religion. Thank you for listening. I'll be back with you with another video of this type.